And welcome once again to another episode of Stu Him Productions presents
J&M Solve the World. I am James.
And I am Matt. And tonight we are going to talk about the first round of the NFL playoffs and the first
day
night
of the division round.
Of the divisional rounds.
Yeah. As we record.
So, all I got to say is, how about them Vikings?
Yeah, they look so good, didn't they?
You're a 14-2 team going into the last week of the regular season. You're playing for the number one seed. You lose to the Detroit Lions,
who were also going for the number one seed. Don't discredit Detroit this point.
I'm not yet.
But you're 14-2. You're going for the number one seed. Yes, you do have. That game was in Detroit, right?
Yes.
I mean, both the teams look bad in that game.
Until the second half.
Detroit put up 31 points.
Right.
But, God, that game was fucking ugly.
It was.
I mean,
not as ugly as the Wildcard Round when Los Angeles Rams sacked Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
9 times.
And the Rams, who was hosting that game, because they were a 10-7 team.
Yes.
But they won their division.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking this 14-3 team's going to go in there and just stomp the shit out of the Rams, right?
Nope.
The Rams, one of their 10 wins in the regular season was over the Vikings.
Right.
But you got to look at the Rams, and they were 1-4 to start the season.
Correct.
They went on a 9-1 run to win the division.
Right.
The reason they had a 7th loss was because they didn't have to play anybody on the last game of the season, so they rested their starters so they'd be ready for the Wildcard Round.
Right.
But, God, that defense, I mean, name one big-name star they got on that defense.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, Jared Verse, just because he's probably going to win Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, and
but
the Rams,
all the Rams defense are rookies or second, third-year guys.
Right, and the Rams decided,
and they're playing their asses off.
Right, the Rams decided, hey, for every point you score, we're gonna sack your fucking quarterback.
Exactly.
Because the Vikings scored 9 points and
were sacked
9 times.
Which tied an NFL record for a playoff game.
And not to really jump ahead, but I'm going to anyways.
Right.
Kansas City came very close to tying that 9 sacks in a playoff game with 8 against the Houston Texans.
Today, as we record.
Yeah. Kansas City punched their ticket to their 9th straight AFC
championship game.
Yep.
And then the afternoon game. You know, I watched, we was talking about Detroit and Minnesota. And after watching that game, I'm like going, wow. I mean, Detroit
is in it to fucking win it.
No. When I watched that game, I'm like, Detroit did put up 31 points, but that game was ugly. As a Rams fan, I wasn't scared of either one of those teams.
Right.
And that came to fruition tonight. The Washington Commanders.
Who have not won haven't been to a Super Bowl since 1991 season.
I forget when they said the last time they'd won a playoff game because they won their wild card.
2005.
Because they won their wild card game last week against Tampa Bay.
Right.
They went into Detroit and fucking laid a whooping on Detroit.
Yes.
I mean, Detroit had no answer for the offense.
No. It was almost like...
Last I seen it was, 45-21?
Final score was...
Bring up the Google machine.
ESPN. Let's see here. 45-31. Washington Commanders.
Wow. Okay.
So it's almost like the Commanders said, "Hey, Detroit, you are no longer the Motor City. You will now be known as Washington North." They beat them that fucking bad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. The Detroit had 3 turnovers in the first half.
God.
When you're in a shootout, it's hard to win when you have 3 turnovers in the first half.
Right.
We didn't watch much of the second half because we were doing business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to switch to the AFC, Houston has won one postseason game. 2. They won
last year
that
in
is
the wild
right.
card round, and they won this year in the wild card round. They haven't won a divisional round yet.
That's right. And I mean, now those that have been with the podcast for a while, followers, subscribers, you know that I am a die-hard black and silver fan. But I will give credit where credit is due. You don't come into Arrowhead during the playoffs very often
Against Patrick Mahomes and this current group.
when the temperature is below freezing.
When Marty Schottenheimer was the coach, yeah, you could come in and beat him. But not since Andy Reid's taken over.
Andy got win number 300, became only the 4th coach in NFL history to have over 300 wins.
Yep.
He joins Don Shula, Bill Belichick, and
Curly Lambeau. Yep. Pretty impressive.
That's a fucking impressive crowd.
I mean, we were talking about MVPs.
Yeah.
And stuff. Or not MVPs, but Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Andy Reid, when he retires,
he'll be at first ballot.
He's got to be. I
mean,
look what he did in Philadelphia.
Yes.
I mean, 5 straight NFC championships. Now, what is this? 7 straight AFC championships?
9.
9
straight AFC championships. They are 10-2 in the postseason. 10-2 in the postseason. Not counting Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
But they are 10-2. They lost to the New England Patriots.
But they're 3-1 in Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a chance to three-peat, which no NFL team has ever done.
No.
In the Super Bowl era.
No. There's only been one team, doing my research, that has went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
And lost.
Yes, granted, they did lose all 4.
Good luck to you tomorrow, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because they're playing the
Baltimore
Ravens.
Yes. And you have the Rams playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I would like to go on the record right now and state that in October of 2022, I called for a Kelsey Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go back and you can look at our podcast. Mid-season 2022, I called for a Kelsey Bowl. Now, I do have a Kelsey Bowl shirt.
Did you get any residual payments off of that?
Fuck no.
Well.
As a matter of fact, I had to order that shirt.
God damn it.
But.
You need a lawyer like Stephen P. New.
Maybe so. But the closest thing I have to a Kansas City Chief type jersey or clothing, you
should have wore that on the podcast tonight.
I have a Rich Gannon jersey.
But it's a
Raiders.
It's a Raiders jersey.
Oakland Raiders jersey. And I have a Big Yeti shirt.
You should have wore that on the podcast tonight.
I would have, but you know what?
It's too bright.
No. This is J&M Solve the World. I think did I do that right?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there on the sign. It's J&M Solve the World. It's not Big Yeti.
Oh, okay. You could support your teams on the podcast, though.
Well, if you want to get technical, I kind of am. I am wearing gray.
True.
It's not silver.
You got black on your hat.
Exactly. My blood bleeds black and silver.
God, it's been bleeding a lot lately, hasn't it?
I will say the next jersey I buy will be a number 98.
Oh, Max Crosby?
Yeah, just so I could be somewhat like current roster.
Right.
Because I do want a Howie Long. I do want a Marcus Allen. Because I've got a Bo Jackson.
Marcus Allen Chiefs jersey?
Yeah, no.
Almost got you.
God, you almost had me.
Almost had you.
But I've got a Rich Gannon Raiders jersey, which I have worn since I've gotten that jersey. I've worn every time to Arrowhead.
Nice.
And at first, people are like, oh, shit, it's Rich Gannon. Okay, you got us. But I also have a Bo Jackson.
Nice.
Which I refuse to wear out. Only because it's the away Raiders jersey and it's white.
It's white, yeah.
Yes. Because I know my clumsy ass, I would spill something on it, and my white.
But that would be good to wear early in the season, like in September when it's still fucking hot as fuck.
No.
Because that way you wouldn't be.
I'd be
melting.
I'd be too hot. Because I can't stand wear it by itself.
But the black jersey is going to be cooler.
Well, to be fair,
just saying.
To be fair, last couple of times I've been to Arrowhead, we have been in the 200 section. So we're in the shade. And unlike the jackasses that were sitting in front of us on a Monday night game, I'm not talking shit about the chefs in Arrowhead.
No, because you were rooting for them just as much today as I was.
Yeah, exactly. Because, number one.
Because you're rooting for Kelsey and Mahomes.
And Coach Reed.
Yeah.
And if I ate Big Macs, I'd be rooting for the defense too. Because Chris Jones got a couple of sacks.
You can go get your $1 Big Mac tomorrow.
That is correct. On Monday.
Is it Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm not driving to Kansas City to get a $1 Big Mac.
I don't like Big Macs.
They're okay, but I'm not driving to Kansas City to get a $1 Big Mac.
The most I'll get it as far as a burger goes at McDonald's.
I might ask them in Buffalo. It's like, hey, can I get the $1 Big Mac that they're getting in Kansas City because fuck.
Chris Jones got a sack.
Chris Jones got a sack. No. Okay, never mind. I do the double quarter pounder. If I get a burger at McDonald's.
Honestly, the only burger I can eat at McDonald's and not feel completely bloated and like, fuck this, I don't want to do shit the rest of the day, is the McDouble. I'll do the $5.
The little guy?
I'll do the $5 lunch with the 4-piece nuggets, the McDouble, the small fries, and the small soda.
I like the double quarter pounder, but like I said, that's like if I work late.
Oh my God!
And I'm on my way home, I'll get that and eat it on my way home. And once I get home, I'm like, I'm done.
Right. I would do that when I was in college, and of course, I would eat the supersized fries on my way to school because nobody likes cold fries. And then once I got into the parking
McDonald's
lot,
fries, they claim to be the best fries out there, and they are for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that includes the time they put them in your bag and bring them to the window and hand them to you. You better be about 30 seconds from eating them motherfuckers. Because after that, they're like, yeah, okay.
I would always get to school, and I'd have
I've never dipped them in a Frosty either, so.
That's Wendy's. Yeah, I know.
McDonald's makes frozen shit, too, when their frozen shit machine's working.
Oh, what is that? We got it. Found it. I'd always get to class like 15, 20 minutes early, and in the parking lot listening to a radio show or whatnot, and I would devour
John Boy and Billy?
No, it was that night.
Oh.
But I would devour that double quarter
I thought it was just a double cheeseburger.
No. When I was actually going to college.
Oh.
Or I would save that for my snack, like mid-class break. But I've gotten older, and I can't eat as much.
Right. Let's go back to the football.
Yes, let's go back to football.
We done some predictions early on.
Yes.
And I think I predicted the Rams to win the division.
You did.
Because I thought that San Francisco would have a fall off.
Yep.
I didn't realize their whole roster was going to get fucking hurt. I was worried in the first part of the year when the Rams went 1-4 and the Arizona Cardinals were fucking leading the division. I'm going, Jesus Christ, I didn't see that coming because I predicted Arizona. It was like, yeah, they're going to suck.
Right.
And then they ended up sucking. And then Seattle was... I figured it was going to come down between the Rams and Seattle, and it did.
Yeah.
And just luckily, the way everything worked out, the Rams clinched before they had to play Seattle again. And they played all their backups, and so Rams won it. I think I predicted Tampa Bay to win the South. I think I'd have to go back and listen. It was either between them or Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I was kind of rooting for
Baker
Mayfield. Yep. I predicted Philly to win the East. And I think I picked Detroit to win the North.
Yeah.
So I was pretty fucking close in the NFC.
Right.
AFC, I had the Chiefs.
Yes.
Of course. I think I had the Bills.
AFC West, the AFC North, you had, I think the Bills.
That's AFC East.
Or the East.
Yeah. The North, I'm thinking I had the Steelers, which that didn't come to fruition.
Nope.
In the South, I think I did have the Texans.
Okay, so
I think, so Pretty close.
I mean,
if you want to go back and watch that and tell me I'm wrong, then that's cool. But I think that's who I had.
yeah. So as of right now, I'm batting 500 for what I predicted for the Super Bowl.
You
Because
had the Lions, didn't you?
Yeah, I had Kansas City and the Lions
Right.
in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, the Lions are completely out of it
Yep, they're done.
as of this recording.
Right.
January 18th, 2025. I
Fuck.
think.
Did you think we'd ever live long enough to see 2025?
Dude, to be completely honest, I didn't think I would live long enough to see 50.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These fucking Super Bowl numbers keep going up, right?
Oh my God.
We're coming up on Super Bowl 50 fucking 9.
Oh God, it is 59.
59. You know
L-I-X.
You know what that means?
Licks.
Licks, yeah. But you know what that means? In October of this year, I will turn 50 fucking 9. Because the Super Bowl in February, whatever number that is, that's what year I turn in October.
You know what this is?
The world's smallest violin playing My Heart Bleeds Purple Piss for you?
Well, I mean, my violin is just playing My Heart Bleeds for You.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm hoping to see a Super Bowl 100 and know who the fuck I am.
Fuck. You are wanting a lot.
I know.
I mean, shit. If I'm alive to see Super Bowl 100, please wipe my ass and tell me to go to bed.
What WrestleMania would that be? Because we just had WrestleMania 41, right?
So we're going to have 42 this year.
So 42
and 59.
So 40 years would be like WrestleMania 80
83
Super Bowl 80 or yeah, WrestleMania 83 and Super Bowl 100.
Oh my God.
I bet Hulk Hogan won't be there.
Thank God.
Or Ric Flair.
Oh my God.
Or Bret Hart or Stone Cold.
Or John Cena or The Rock.
John Cena's younger than me.
Yeah, but
Rock's a little bit younger than me.
yeah, he's just barely older than I am.
The Rock will probably be on. He'll probably have his head transplanted or something by then. Yeah.
He'll be another Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah. Calling commentary. You know, I gotta say, and here's the thing, is I don't really remember a lot of the wild card round, other than the Minnesota Rams game.
They were all pretty much lopsided victories.
Yeah.
Except for the Washington game.
Right, because that came down to a
final field goal, and he doinked it, but it went through.
Right. Because I know San Diego lost to, I'm sorry, the Chargers.
LA Chargers.
Lost to Houston.
Yeah.
And.
No. Yeah, you're right.
And Denver lost to Buffalo.
Yes, I think that's right.
Or Baltimore beat Pittsburgh.
Right.
To be the 3 teams plus Kansas City
yep.
in the divisional round.
Philadelphia kicked the shit out of who was it they kicked shit out of? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
Philadelphia won big. They look really impressive. The Rams look really impressive against
The Vikings.
the Vikings.
Right.
And then Washington squeaked one in on Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay.
Dallas didn't even make the playoffs, dude. What about them Cowboys?
Well, like I've said for the past couple of years, as soon as the schedule comes out, the Cowboys will be eliminated from the playoffs.
At least by week 1.
Yes. Fuck yeah, the Cowboys are 1-0. They're taking it all the way this season. And they lose another 13 games.
But we love all of our Cowboys subscribers. Thank you for watching.
Well, that really depends.
It is what it is. Until you prove us wrong.
As Ric Flair once said,
to be the man,
you've got to beat the man. You've got to style and profile. You got to walk that aisle.
Limousine riding, jet plane flying, kiss stealing,
Rolex wearing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these gators down.
I can't do the whoa for some reason.
Woo!
There you go. Shout out, Nature Boy.
Speaking of wrestling,
Ooh. Netflix.
just saw that the queen of wrestling is coming back.
Yep.
The 14-time World Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair. I guess we could segue a little bit into, so what'd you think of the first night of Raw on Netflix?
Dude, let me tell you, it was, there was only 4 matches. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Almost 3 hours.
Yes. And, the matches they had were off the charts. The tribal combat.
Unlike most normal Raws where the matches are inconsequential, but you want to watch the commentary to see what's going on in the story. This was like it. I'm sitting there watching it going, God damn, is this fucking WrestleMania?
Night 1 WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw The Rock give props to Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. We saw Rhea Ripley regain her women's Universal title.
And then The Undertaker come out to celebrate with her.
Yes.
Which I know Michelle McCool probably wasn't cool with it, but I would have loved to see Rhea Ripley hopped on the back of that bike and rode up the ramp, holding that title up, old Brothers of Destruction style.
Well, there was no ramp. They were at ring height. He rode around the ring, but there was no ramp.
Going out?
Right? They were flat because everybody was slapping hands. Like in the Water Boy, slap hands, slap hands.
It'd have been cool to see her hop on the back of the bike.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But Michelle McCool's probably like, that sweaty pussy's not on my bike.
Exactly. We got to see Roman Reigns be 100% officially the tribal chief, and the Ulafala laid on around his neck by the final boss, The Rock. Mm-hmm. And I still think that's going to be a WrestleMania match.
Could be. Could be. There's a lot of shit happened during that match and everything that I'm going, is Paul turning on Roman?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they're keeping that storyline going fucking awesome. I mean, it's got you wondering.
Well,
and that's where us as fans.
Son of a bitch.
God damn, kicking over bottles of whiskey back there. What the hell? When us as fans should start predicting outcomes.
Right.
That's when it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But they've got us. They've got us here. We're like going, what the fuck's gonna happen next? Is Kevin Owens gonna beat Cody
in a ladder match?
I
highly doubt it.
But
if Cody,
but you don't know,
right?
I mean,
if Cody is going to lose the title, I guarantee. I'm going to go off on a limb here. But
a lemon here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you getting buzzed?
Yeah. By your daughter. I felt the buzz, and I was going to let it go, but it kept buzzing. And I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and answer this. Because you guys just had 2 baby goats, and there's a worry about the mother goat.
I just text her back, yep, are you okay? She asked me if I'm still up.
Yeah, she was asking, just making sure that, because she's coming in the house.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let her know that we were recording.
Right.
So, but I don't see them, because Saturday night main event, Cody and Kevin are having a ladder match.
Yep.
Cody's putting up the undisputed title, and Kevin is putting up the stolen.
I'm going to say Kevin ain't putting up shit because he stole the fucking Wayne Eagle.
Right, but he still has it in his possession. And I don't think Cody's going to lose the title unless it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah. And there was rumor about Kevin Owens' contract being finalized at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he must be re-signed because they wouldn't be giving him this big of a push.
Exactly.
But, yeah, it's all good. That was cool. The second night of Raw on Netflix, it wasn't as extravagant as far as, but fuck, they did a drone fly in coming up through, and
right.
And the matches were good. It was like, holy shit.
Was it
fucking cool?
WrestleMania 3, like, record attendance?
No, it was like 14,000. They were in an arena.
Right.
Sold out.
Okay.
You know. But I mean, it was the Netflix production, the way they're producing it on Netflix is very good. It's right up there. It's almost like a UFC fight feel.
Ooh.
Kind of production, because if you notice that the ring has the advertisement in the ring and stuff, but I mean that's because it's worldwide on Netflix,
right?
Where on USA Network or whatever, it was more of a United States deal,
right?
But they're putting this out, and anybody in the world can watch Netflix unless you're in China or some of those suppressed countries.
Well,
or North Korea.
even then, I mean, because if you think about it, Saudi Arabia has held the crown jewel.
See, that's the next thing they were talking about on a couple of podcasts I was listening to. They were talking about because of this Netflix deal, they can do any of their premium live events.
Yeah.
Because they're not pay-per-views anymore. Anywhere in the world.
True.
Because, yeah, if they do it in Saudi Arabia and it's live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here, it's on Netflix. You could watch it at 7 o'clock at your normal time.
Right.
You know?
Well, and
as long as you stay off your fucking internet and don't get the...
well, and I think...
stay off... don't have your WWE phone alerts turned on. Where you go, oh, goddamn, Cody lost. What the fuck?
Right. And I'm glad to see that Netflix figured out what happened during the Tyson-Paul fight.
I think they just got overwhelmed.
Right.
During that, because I don't think there was 600 million people watching Monday Night Raw. But there was millions
and
millions of people
tuned in. Rock fans
turned into Monday Night Raw, but it wasn't 600 million like the Paul fight, like they claimed.
No,
but we will never really know the real numbers because Netflix don't really release that shit.
Why should they?
Well, that's what a lot of comedians are like. Oh, what's my numbers? And they're like, yeah, you done pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and that's the disconnect of you work on a special and Netflix records it and you send it out there and then you don't care because you've already been paid.
Right.
For
a lot of comedians are starting to release their shit on YouTube though. So they can get the numbers.
Yes. I saw Ari Shaffir, his new Netflix or his new stand-up special is on Netflix.
I seen that, and his last one was on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they must have cut him a pretty good check.
And the last Ari Shaffir Netflix podcast or whatever it was, he had shaved his head halfway. So on the right side of his face, he still had a full beard, still had a full head of hair.
He shaved the whole side of his head?
Yes. Like straight up the middle, all the way back. On the left side was completely like newborn baby bald.
Mm-hmm.
And the right side was complete full coverage.
He was on Rogan, and I didn't watch it. I just listened to it. And they were talking about his new special. He paid more for the plants on stage than he did for the candles he had on stage for the last one.
Oh, my God.
He said the candles he had, they said, oh, yeah, these are good. They're 12-hour candles, right? They didn't take in consideration the air conditioning in the room. Those were 4-hour candles in the air conditioning.
I could see it.
So they had to bring in, I forget, 4,800 candles or something.
Damn.
Yeah. So, it wasn't all taken in one shot.
Right.
So, back to football. What do we predict? Are we gonna do our Super Bowl predictions now, or?
I think we should do Super Bowl predictions.
Okay. Go ahead.
I am thinking Chiefs and Eagles repeat with the Chiefs getting the three-peat.
With Washington winning tonight, I don't know if they can do it, but I'd like to see the Rams win against the Eagles, and then they would host the NFC Championship game.
Right.
Whether it's in L.A. or Phoenix because of the wildfires. As a Chiefs fan, I'm hoping the Bills win because facing Lamar Jackson and
Derrick
Henry, that's a fucking tall order.
Yes.
You know, especially in a cold game, which it's probably going to be cold next week in Kansas City. I'm going to call something that probably none of the experts are going to call. I'm going to call Chiefs Rams Super Bowl.
With who coming out on top?
See, there you go. I've got my old favorite team versus my new favorite team. I'd like to see the Chefs get 3 in a row.
Right. Okay.
So.
There you go, folks. James saying it's going to be the Rams and the Chiefs with the Chefs getting the W and the 3-peat. I'm calling Chefs Eagles. The Chefs getting the win, getting the 3-peat. And that's a replay.
And after the rest of this weekend and next weekend, we could be like going, well, we were fucking wrong.
Right. We could be. I mean, I got nothing else. I mean, as of right now for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We saw a couple of good games, or I'm sorry. We
One
saw
good
a
game.
good game and a half.
Right.
Yeah,
I went in there before we started recording, and I'm like, God damn, I can't quit watching this fucking Washington because they kept just trading touchdowns. It's like, fuck, there's 2 minutes left. You better not score too quick because the other team's going to score.
Exactly.
But then it just got away from Detroit. Too many mistakes. Too many turnovers.
Yeah. I could see it.
So.
But on that note, you have just watched another episode of Stu Him Productions Presents
J&M Solve the World. I have been James.
And I've been Matt. And until next time, you keep one fist in the gold, 1 foot in the gutter, and we will be seeing you.
Peace. Hey, Double J.